Hey everyone, me Kevin here with a late but quick stimulus check and stimulus package update. How many of you are sick and tired of this pandemic? Sick of no normalcy, no routine, no gyms, no delicious warm bread at a restaurant with some olive oil and pepper to dip in? Heck, I don't even remember the last time I used a pepper shaker, honestly. I'm sick of decontaminating my mail as well. So if you're sick of something, leave a comment down below and let me know what you are sick of or what you miss the most, because I am tired of this. Can we just cancel the pandemic already? Anyway, let's now talk about the $1,200 stimulus checks. Remember how there's been talk from Mitch, Mr. Wait and See that, now we might reduce or ratchet down the stimulus checks to $40,000. Oh, let's cut out more Americans who've been waiting. Well, there might be some good news. The Washington Post reported that Republicans have been talking about this, but they might ultimately revert back to the, quote, original proposal because there are too many administrative challenges in trying to narrowly target the checks. That is, all this talk about targeted stimulus might go away and they might go back to the original checks they talked about the first time because it would be too difficult to narrow it down. So this is good news though, right? I mean, even though it's frustrating to hear this sort of like yin and yang here, whatever, we're within 20 days of an answer here. And the good news is every day that goes by, we're getting more and more positive news or news that's leaning towards a good direction. So this means we may see stimulus checks go to the same people who received them the last time, hopefully adult dependents as well as a boosted, instead of $500, the full $1,200 for adult dependents like college students and seniors who were claimed as dependents. Anyway, officials do not yet appear to be mentioning anything about essential workers or our heroes. I am personally frustrated about this, so maybe I should comment down below that I'm frustrated by that, because it seems that all Congress has done so far for essential workers and heroes was, put out a bunch of proposals that there might be some kind of pay boosts, but that's it. It seems like essential workers and people who have been working throughout this pandemic, putting themselves at risk, have been left behind, as well as many other groups here. Now, regarding the size of the next stimulus package, remember, we really have three teams here. It's not really two teams. We kind of have three teams in this debate. We have Democrats and economists. They want more stimulus. Then we have conservative Republicans who want the wait and see, spend as little as possible approach. They're worried about the debt. They want to be fiscally responsible, so they say. And these are people like Mitch McConnell and Mike Pence. Then we have the Wall Street Republicans. These are people like Steve Mnuchin and Donald Trump. They see stimulus as good for the people and good for an election. Now, conservative Republicans want to see the next stimulus package at $1 trillion. Wall Street Republicans, including Trump, want to see a stimulus package of $2 trillion, and Democrats want to see a stimulus package of $3 trillion. Well, right now, the tug of war seems to be balancing right around $1.3 trillion. That's where the current tug of war is with Republicans, and quite frankly, this seems a little far-fetched. It's too little. And honestly, I think the comments when y'all say this is too little, too late, I agree with you. I think we need bigger stimulus checks. But I'm here to tell you what's actually happening and what we're hearing. Donald Trump's $2 trillion plan actually seems like a much more negotiated position. And I never want to take sides, but let's be real. 2 is in the middle of 1 and 3. That makes 2 possibly a nice negotiated arrival point where maybe we could get stimulus checks, potentially larger stimulus checks, hopefully a $450 boost. I'd love to see pay for essential workers in there. I imagine there's going to be a payroll tax cut in there as well. And I imagine that there are going to be other factors that Republicans and Democrats will negotiate so that we see this $2 trillion figure. The good news is infrastructure will be part of a separate bill. Now, many of you also ask and you leave comments saying, Kevin, can you post real estate and stock videos? Well, I just want to mention that today I posted one of each, and each of those videos got about 10% of the views that these normal videos do. So if you're interested in real estate and stocks, maybe watch those videos and give them a like, because it seems like YouTube punishes me for talking about stocks and real estate. It's almost like YouTube doesn't want people getting help to get ahead. Anyway, at least this video is sponsored by life insurance and 2 free stocks with Webull in the links below. Just deposit $100 and get 2 free stocks with Webull and life insurance in as little as 5 minutes in the link next to it. This morning, I mentioned to you that Steve Mnuchin has stated it's a priority to get the next stimulus check package finalized. by July 31st. I want to give you a quick time frame update as to what to expect. We're likely going to see a draft of the next bill next week, and that's between July 13th, Monday, and July 17th, Friday. This will give congressmen and women their break, the opportunity to read and prepare for continued negotiations. At the latest, we'll likely see a text of this proposal by the 20th or 21st, which would be not next week, but the week thereafter. And then that gives us a full 2 working weeks to get this bill passed and signed by Donald Trump. I am certainly hopeful, and I'm also more hopeful that this pandemic finally comes to an end, but the hope is starting to feel a little bit painful. The Fed's Main Street lending program is still not showing much interest, to the dismay of people investing in companies like the Cheesecake Factory and Dave & Buster's. Both of those companies would benefit from extra debt, but honestly, if they don't take the extra debt, it's a sign that they'd rather knock on the door of bankruptcy. Possibly. Not good. Now, if you're interested in some kind of beginner stock portfolio, I'm thinking about putting together instead of a more narrowly targeted 7 stock portfolio, which is more risky, right? It's not very diversified. I'm going to put together about 30 to 50 stock portfolio. So it really spreads you out and it gives you a little bit of the bite of many different apples. Stay tuned for that. I plan to post something about that tomorrow, but as YouTube typically does, YouTube probably won't show it to you. So stay tuned for that. I will, though, also post that in Discord. So do check out Discord if you are part of that community. It's totally free to join. You can click the link and you can join and chat with us in the stock section, the real estate section, the general section, or the stimulus section. I'm in there usually every day. Vice President Biden laid out a Buy America economic agenda. Biden would like to spend $400 billion in government funds purchasing goods and services. Remember, that shortens to gas. And $300 billion in research for clean energy initiatives and new technologies. This would be good for companies like Nikola and Tesla. However, no mention of any kind of particular stimulus yet, at least not in this plan from Joe Biden. He has hinted at wanting more stimulus in the past, but nothing specific. Well, there you have the update for today, a little bit more mellow, hopefully short and sweet. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. I always read your commentary, and as many of you seem to like it, and I do also, though, read critical commentary, which, yeah. Anyway, thank you. We'll see you next time.